tea.
Thank you.
Wait, it's too hot. You can't actually touch it.
Oh. Thank you for the thought.
Good morning, everybody.
From Taiwan.
We haven't done one of these videos in a long time.
I think it's been 6 months since we've done a Q&A.
We meant to do them every quarter, and that just didn't happen. So we're in a different hotel.
As you can see, there's actual sunlight coming through from over here.
The last hotel, when we turned on the air conditioner, there's a really strong mildewy smell, and then there are like bugs coming out of the vents. So we moved hotels, we used some points, and we're in this hotel now. So today we're going to answer some questions. A big one has been, just a finance update. A lot of people have asked about that, and maybe roughly go over some of our plans for the next few months.
Yeah.
Do you want to just jump right into it?
Yes. Okay. First question. Do we ever spend time apart?
No.
You don't sound so
we don't spend time apart. It's just the lifestyle. There's not, it would be kind of inconvenient to spend time apart.
Yeah. And this isn't new for us. We actually worked and lived together for a couple of years before we traveled. So we spent pretty much every single day together for the last 4 years straight.
How do you balance YouTube and your personal lives? We don't really, I guess. We just kind of film everything. Actually, when we were in Japan, we made a big effort to film less when we were visiting family and spending time with family, just because it can really be life-consuming. Like, you just kind of end up filming everything that you do, and we've been working on that a little bit lately.
Yeah, which actually leads to the next question, was someone is asking why we haven't been posting as much. And it's because we were spending so much time with family in Japan.
Yeah, I got to meet Tia's entire Japanese side of the family. I met like 20 people. My sister and brother-in-law came out to visit us, which was amazing. And Tia's parents recently moved from the US to Japan, so we spent some time with them too. But that's why we posted less.
What is the most rewarding thing about having a YouTube channel? I like this one.
Oh,
okay.
Someone commented, yeah.
Okay, so for me, this comment right here that someone left is the perfect summation.
It's the most rewarding part about making videos.
So they said, Vietnam motorbike series made me want to do it. I have my ticket booked for next month.
I think that's freaking awesome. If we can do anything with YouTube and social media and all that stuff, if someone watches our videos and they decide they want to go see the world and they book a ticket, they go to Vietnam and rent a motorcycle, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Congrats to you. Are there times where you get tired of traveling?
No.
Not really. Like, we want days where we just hang out in bed and watch Netflix.
Yeah, it's a lot more difficult to justify those days when you're traveling full time, because you feel like you're always missing out on something. Like, we went to go visit Tia's parents at their place in Japan, and I think your parents were both like, why don't you guys want to like go out and explore the island? And we just wanted to like eat home cooked food, like cook and just like be in a place that felt like home. So I definitely don't miss it, but it's nice to have it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does what for the trip and for the YouTube channel?
Oh, wow.
That's a good question. Okay, so in terms of planning our trip, our daily lives, Cheveyo books all of the hotels, train tickets, transportation.
Not all the hotels.
Oh, so did I say hotels?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I booked all the hotels in Japan, so you want to fight about it?
Okay, let me restart. Okay, so for the traveling part itself, Cheveyo usually handles all the transportation, like planes and trains and whatnot, and then also visas.
Yeah. And then Tia books all of our hotels and figures out a lot of the stuff to do in the cities and stuff like that, like the getting around city metro systems and stuff.
And for the YouTube channel, we both are in it.
We both film. Yeah.
And then in terms of editing, I edit the first half of the video, so all the rough footage I put together and make a timeline, and then I also color grade. Yeah,
and I do all the audio and sound mixing and music and like final touches with the editing. The time it takes keeps ballooning. It probably takes 8 hours per video of editing, and then however long it takes to film.
Yeah.
So, and I would say usually do about, your end takes 5 hours, so you definitely do more of the work there, and then my end takes about 3 hours usually. So. Oh, this is kind of a personal one. We all know it takes money to travel, so how does the stress of worrying about money take away from the actual experience? It's no secret that we travel on quite a budget on this channel, And it's definitely, occasionally I would say, it is a little bit of a bummer when we see something we'd like to do, but we just can't afford it. But trying to keep everything in greater scope, we're very lucky to be doing this at all. And I think that we both kind of have, like, we're both just the type of people where it's totally fine if we walk 4 miles across a city to get where we're going instead of taking a cab. Like, that doesn't bother us, right?
No. And food is generally pretty cheap everywhere, and that's where we get really excited.
When food is really expensive and you're really hungry, that's probably the toughest part about that. We don't travel like we're living it up and it's a vacation. We kind of just do everything as cheap as possible. So I guess we are technically missing out, but it doesn't feel like it to me at all, really.
Except when our legs get really squished on budget airlines. Then we feel it.
Yeah. What was the catalyst to traveling full time?
This is really nerdy. Can I say it? Or is it too nerdy?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I gotta stop smiling. It's such a good memory. Okay, sorry. Okay. A couple years ago, Cheveyo and I worked really hard to build up our savings because we were gonna
We're gonna open a coffee shop.
Yeah, we're gonna start our own business. And then one day we were like just wondering if that was the right decision for us, and if we've always really wanted to travel, but we're stuck between opening up this business and then getting that savings and traveling the world.
Because we knew if we opened the business, it would be
years.
10 to 15 years before we took a vacation. So we were at a concert.
At a Lord Huron concert in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Great band.
And then he had a specific song. It was called, I think it's called Ancient Names. And check it out, it's a great song. And that specific song it was just talking about like needing to get away and just like, you know, leave everything. And I cried a little bit. And it was at that concert we decided not to start a coffee shop and instead travel.
A good friend of ours, shout out to Henry, also was a huge encouragement during that time when we made that decision. Have there been any dentist visits in other countries, especially with Tia and all the sweets?
No, don't talk about this.
Tia got a cavity. She got 2 cavities in Vietnam, and we had to get them filled. It was $18 to get 2 cavities filled with the good like ceramic stuff, and it was like same day appointment. Absolutely amazing. The people were really nice. They knew what they were doing, and the equipment was super modern. So shout out to Vietnam. But yeah, there has been a dentist.
Yeah, you were so ready just to throw me under the bus.
She got. Other than that, yeah, just brush your teeth twice a day.
And don't eat as many sweets.
She does. Do you want kids? Wow.
At the moment, no.
We don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Future us might change our minds, but at this moment, no.
We're open to it, but yeah, there's no plans right now. How old are you guys? I'm 31. I'm an old man now.
You're not. I'm 25, so I'm the fun one. Do you have insurance?
Yep. We've got travel insurance.
It's called SafetyWing. We used it in Thailand when I hurt my back. They were great. Link down below. When are you guys getting married?
It's on the agenda.
Update on equipment.
Oh yeah. Actually, while Tia's editing this in a couple hours, I'm going to go and update the list because we did buy another camera.
He's talking about the list on our website. We have a full write-up on literally everything we own, links to everything, stuff like that. So Cheveyo has a great article on all of our filming equipment and yeah.
Just everything.
Check it out.
And we did a packing list video. We're gonna link that too.
Any plans for South America this year?
Yeah, definitely. We would love to make it to South America. It actually feels overdue at this point. We've been traveling for 18 months today. And yeah, we really need to
get there.
To get there. We're working on it. Speaking of, if anyone watching this has traveled around South America and has any pointers for that, that would be awesome.
What do you say to people who question what you do? Do you ever get people who say, get a real job, etc.? When we first started, it was definitely like, I would say like, oh, we're YouTubers. Because like
we didn't really start telling anyone until like a year in that that's what we were doing.
But everyone's been really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice about it, yeah.
And our family's really supportive, our friends are supportive, so.
We've been lucky in that way, yeah. Have you made any friends in real life from your online presence?
Yes, and you've met some of them. Lisa and Josh, of course. We mentioned them a lot. They're amazing people that we met through YouTube.
We've also met a lot of people off camera. And that's one area I'd say YouTube has really enhanced the experience of traveling, is we have met a lot of people because of YouTube.
I'm gonna go on a rant for a second and say how nice it is when you meet other travelers. And I feel like, you know, when you first meet someone when you're back home, it's just like there's like a lot of time to small talk and getting to know each other.
Yeah, you kind of have to like feel the other person out a little bit.
Yeah.
For days or weeks. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah. But when you meet a fellow traveler, you just skip all of that.
You skip all of it and you're best friends in like one day. And there's something really cool about that. It's often very fleeting, but it's really a great experience.
Yeah.
Was there a country last year that busted our budget?
Yes, there were a few.
Portugal was
Oh my gosh.
way more expensive than we read it was going to be. There was a point where we could not find a hotel anywhere in the country for less than $100 a night.
Oh, also Singapore and Japan.
Singapore and Japan were also expensive.
But yeah.
But I guess this is a good time to talk about the finances. A ton of people have been asking for an update.
For those who don't know, on our website, Cheveyo wrote a really nice article about
what year one cost to travel. And I'm going to do that at the end of year two, but that's still another 6 months away. So, but I will do that. But like, I guess more of an update on income, because we shared that in Vietnam 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we're just gonna tell you guys what we've made on YouTube since we completely started YouTube. So that was 18 months ago. And the number is
$24,755.
So that's kind of a lot of money. It's way more than we ever expected to make on YouTube. That amount was basically enough to cover half of year one, which is just amazing. Some days we're even breaking even on YouTube. That's pretty incredible. Obviously, it's still less than a minimum wage job, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, don't look at it that way.
But I mean, it's been good, and we're starting to see like maybe a little bit of potential here, which is sort of related to the next question that has actually popped up on every Q&A, and we've never really been able to answer it because we've never known the answer to it.
What's the goal of this YouTube channel? And we could never really answer that before because
we just assumed we'd run out of money. Like that was the goal, was to travel until we ran out of money.
Exactly. What's our goal?
I think it would be awesome to see 100 countries. A lot of people brought that up, and that sounds like an amazing goal. That's way more of the world than I have ever thought that I'd be able to see.
No. We would like to do it before the end of 2025. So the next, what, 2-ish years? We want to see, Taiwan is country number 29. So we have quite a ways to go.
So we're gonna shoot for it. Why not?
Yeah.
We're gonna try.
But also keep in mind, that means we're gonna be moving much faster from here on out.
Yeah, most likely.
Which we're really excited about. Because when we first started, we traveled a little bit slower because the world was still closed. And now that the world's open, it's just like, this is so exciting because we can see everything.
Yeah, for a long time, I want to go here, I want to go there, but almost all these places were closed. And it's open now. We can do that. So if we're only staying in countries for a week or two, it doesn't mean that we're not interested in that country at all. It's just there's so much out there to see.
Yeah.
And we're not here for very long. So.
What do you mean, like in life?
Well, I just think it works.
You're only 31.
It works on 2 levels.
Come on.
It works. All right, we're just going to cap this off with our plans for the next couple months.
Because we did have a lot of questions about that as well. So people want to know what we're doing, and also if we're going to have any big adventures like we did in Vietnam.
Yeah, we want to do more of that.
Yes. We have one, hopefully, that we're setting up with some good friends of ours for March.
We're going to try and hike Everest Base Camp in Nepal. How cool does that sound? That sounds so much fun. So we're going to try and do that, and then pushing out even a little bit later in like the second quarter of the year, we also are potentially planning something there, but it's all very shaky right now. We're not sure if it's going to work, but that'll be a big adventure too if we can do that.
And then also we are going to see South America this year too.
Yeah, and we're going to try and make an adventure out of that as well. So we're going to try and do more of that this year, I think. More goals, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, I think this has been long enough. We're also going to link to previous Q&As because maybe we answered your question in a previous one. That's why we didn't answer in this one. Yeah. So they'll all be down in the description. And we're excited, you guys. This is 2023. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Subscribe! My eyes are watering.